In this video, I will talk about HTML5 inputs. The reason why I did not learn you HTML5, cause what you have learned in the past and you have understood everything that we did in the past, you do not need to learn HTML5. But you need some things to learn about HTML5, like HTML5 inputs, alright? Cause they have more sufficient ways, alright? So let's get started. First of all, let me make a label. I will show you first. In the forms lecture before, we talked about inputs and label. Here is the same, but we are going to add more attributes that will make the form or the input itself more sufficient. Alright, so let me just make another input and let me give it type of text. Alright, so I would call this a name. I'll give it the label of name. Now I can make a name now, and I give it, for example, Frank Jeff. Alright, just by me clicking on this, I can type wherever I want. But in HTML5 we can do much better than that. Alright, if I clicked on this, I can type over here. You did not understand? Let me learn you how. I'm going to do it, then I'm going to explain. Right, for, and I will call it wherever I want. I will call it, for example, form name, and I will give this ID of form name. I'm going to explain, don't you worry. Right, now if I clicked on name, now we can type. Alright, I do not have to click on this just to type. I can only even click on name and I can type. Did you see? It's so easy and simple, but you have to add only two simple attributes, the for and the ID. So what these things does, the for say, give this label the name of form name. You can give it wherever you want, but I will call it form name. Alright, and the for specify that this label has a form name, and the for is going to search for any input that has the ID of the same over here. If it has the same ID, it will go inside the input. Alright, did you get the point? So it says if you clicked on this, find any ID with the same name of the for, so it can go inside it. Simple as that. Let me make multiple of these, and you can do it with email, with password, with anything, almost everything. Alright, so let me make an example. Let me say about password. You will know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a label with a password, and I also will make an input with the type of, for example, password. Alright, now I cannot click on this and go inside it, but I can do this and it will work. But I want to click on this and I will go inside it. How we do that? Easy. For, and I will call it form bass, or you can call it wherever you want, but I will prefer you to just do form bass. Alright, and you can type ID on form bass. Right, now if I click on password, it will go inside. Other way, I can just click on that and I go inside it. Right, simple as that. What if I want the text area? You know text area? Text area, like this one, and I will make them, I'll make for it a label. Label, I will call it write a message. Right, let me just put a PR so we can go down a bit, and another PR. Right, now if I want to click to this, I want to go inside this. How we do it? Let me just give it some calls and rows so we can make it bigger. I'll give 50 calls and rows, no, not rows, but rows with 10 rows. Alright, now if I want to click on this, I want to go inside this. How we do it? You will know how, cause I learned you. You just do for form, or you know what? Fancy. I'll call it fancy. Or you can call it, for example, car. Alright, don't you worry. And you can give it the ID of car. Now if I clicked on this, it will search for anything or input or text area that has the same ID of cars. and it will go inside it. Simple as that. Did you see how simple HTML5 inputs are? Simple as that, right? Now let me learn you something I have not mentioned. If I made a label, right, label, and I said name, alright, and I give an input with a type of, for example, text, text, alright. Now there is a way of doing this. Instead of making name beside this input, we can put a name inside it. Did you not understand it? Let me show you. You don't need the label. Simple as that. But you can do something inside this. You can give it a placeholder. You will know what is a placeholder after me doing it. You just type placeholder and you give it anything. I will say, write me your name. And this is what it does. You have been seeing this all over the website, so you know what it does. Now if I clicked on this and I type, it will hide. But if I deleted everything, it will show up and give me more information so I can understand what it wants. But I think this way, is better and more sufficient. Alright, so these are the HTML5 inputs. See you on the next lecture.